Hello Geminis, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your November Zodiac Wheel reading. You're with Elise. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you new to the channel, please do subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future updates. Focusing in now for Gemini and inviting Spirit, angels and guides to join me in this reading for Gemini. Any messages coming through for Gemini's highest good and for the good of all concerned. Thank you. Okay, so here we are at the start of the wheel with the Six of Wands, victory and acclaim being recognised. It's a lovely card to start off with in the area for you that is about your freedom of expression and your image, your self-image, and how others see you, how you present yourself to the world at large. And this is letting you know that there's self-confidence and self-belief, success, validation, and a job well done. Lovely. Page of Swords reversed. And that is falling in the area of your chart that is about your self-worth and self-confidence, about your support systems, and it's the money, it's one of the money houses as well. So with the Page of Swords reversed, there's something coming in the mail, some sort of confidential information that you're going to be receiving. But it does have a relaxed energy with it. Four of Cups is having you communicating from keeping your options open. So there could be an invitation, the area of communication, short distance travel, siblings, because you're keeping your options open. There's opportunity being shown there for you, Gemini. And the Moon reversed is speaking to you about well, feeling a little bit lost and confused. You know, there's an unhappy energy when the Moon is reversed, and it's to do with either land, property, real estate, excuse me, home, family, your hometown. Oh, Three of Cups. Just a little warning here not to overindulge and binge drink, because it is in your fun house. And it can represent, you know, maybe going a little bit overboard with that Three of Cups reverse there, having a little bit too much fun. So, you know, everything in moderation. And it's also sign there of there's some people are talking. You've got people talking about you. Not necessarily a negative talk. It can just be that there's something that has twigged their memory and they've thought of you, or there's could be also an invitation there as well to get involved in some sort of activity, because this is the creative area of the wheel. It's about hobbies, matters of the heart, children. Okay, and in the area of your health and well-being, you've got the sun reversed. So this is also to do with your work colleagues, pets, and your daily routines. So you could find there's a bit of delays involved with that and obstacles. And it's giving you mixed feelings about how you want to proceed with that. But you're on the way to feeling great again. It's just that you've got to be just a little bit patient by the look of that. Can't sort of rush into things ahead of time when the timing's right. Six of Pentacles also reversed. Now, this is speaking of feeling a little bit under pressure with your financial side of things in business partnerships or relationships in general. Being in the area of relationships. So you could be not accepting a gift, or if you're on a bit of a shoestring budget, you're not wanting to accept charity. And in regards to a business association, there may be some tricky manoeuvring that needs to be done financially, and this is saying that you might be struggling a bit to see your way out of it. Might not, and then there's a need for flexibility and adaptability too. It is a case of thinking of the big picture and finding the balance. But you've got victory here, and that's the parallel, polar opposite, the axis of the wheel, first house to the seventh house. So there is victory. You just have to persevere. Oh, nice. The Fool, the Great Awakener, and the continuous cycle of change the Fool represents, and that's here in the area for you that is about regeneration and joint resources and other people, the support that you receive from other people. So as I said, there is some news coming here with this Page of Swords in some form of confidentiality. So you are going to get some news to do with your finances. Six of Cups, speedy happenings. So this will be taking place in the next few weeks. Okay, next few weeks to a month. So the things are speeding up. And this is also to do with academic pursuits for those of you interested in higher education and higher learning. And it's also overseas travel and living in the now and not looking back. And it's a very good sign for healing from childhood wounds as well. And this is the futuristic area, so you know you're keen to get things moving forward, and you know it is accelerating. Things are speeding up. Four of Pentacles is letting you know that just be aware not to drop your guard in relation to your career, your reputation, social status. This is dealing with the outer world, and don't drop your guard is a strong message coming through with that Four of Pentacles reversed. So you may have to also use some money towards something to do with your career. I don't feel that your boss or your company is going to pay for certain requirements that they require, but you're going to have to fork out the money for it. Five of Pentacles, which doesn't thrill you much with the Five of Pentacles there, and I don't blame you at all, because yeah, it's sort of pretty unfair that you don't get reimbursed. So this Five of Pentacles is speaking of the dark night of the soul. And remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. Five speaks to me of challenges, and it's also to do with social network, social groups, friendships, checking into whether you're coming from a place of fear or love, because this is the hopes and fears and wishes house, the manifestation, also the future area. And if you're coming from a place of fear and lack, then you're going to be manifesting more of that. So even though there is a requirement here for you to pay out some money of some sort to do with your reputation or your career or your social status, which really is affecting you, with that Five of Pentacles next to it, it's sort of like you're really feeling that it's not fair, and you're right, it's not fair, but I do feel that out of it you will benefit in the long run. The Magician, this is saying to me that you're doubting yourself. But don't doubt yourself, don't self-sabotage. This 12th house area is about self-sabotage, and this is saying not to self-sabotage. And think things through, and more time is needed to make your plans. So have a plan A and a plan B, basically. Because the Magician is the card that lets you know when it's around, when you can turn it around. You can turn everything around, and new portals will open up, and you can turn those plans into action. But at the moment you've got to make some more plans. Okay? Now I'll just also use the Zodiac Oracle to show you where the planets are for you this month. And firstly, Gemini, you've got the full moon in Gemini on the 30th of November. And there's a partial lunar eclipse also in Gemini on the 30th of November. And for those of you that have your chart and know where your Gemini house lands, or you've got planets in Gemini, the lunar eclipse in Gemini is at 8.38 degrees of Gemini. So this is for you, for the Gemini ascendant or Gemini sun people and moon people. This is your first house that it is signifying here. How you express yourself, your freedom to express yourself, your ambitions, your personality. Now, that Gemini first house is about that duality, the Gemini, the two. Gemini is 1 and 2. So there's usually two things, two people, two minds of thought, that kind of thing. So if one thing happens, then you'll get an instant situation where something parallel to that will happen. The duality and needing to be flexible and adaptable, because there's also in here with the moon in Gemini, the moon's node is in Gemini, the north node. So there's a element of destiny and fate connected with that. And here through November, I feel that you will get signs or messages or clarity about that. But the duality will bring two. So it's still up to you to make the decision. So that listen to what other people's truths are, walk your talk, and focus and communicate your ideas clearly and in a way that is actually serving or helping others is a good way to use this vibration. Because the moon, full moon, partial lunar eclipse will be highlighting your emotions and your impulsive or premature actions. Okay, so try to sort of think things through a bit more carefully, and it also is prompting you to speak up. Gemini is all about I think it. That's the phrase there for Gemini. So think things through carefully. And it rules lungs. Gemini rules the lungs, and the moon rules the breast. If you're feeling moody or restless and, changeable, things are changing constantly, then you know that you're actually on that lower vibration frequency. So to lift that frequency and get it into the higher vibration is all about emotional communication, tapping into your intuition, and being flexible and versatile. Now, Venus is in the 5th house here, and Venus, the planet of love, beauty, money, is moving into Libra, or has moved into Libra rather, on the 28th of October. And it will be staying in Libra and in your 5th house until the 15th of December. Okay? And Venus is the natural ruler of Libra. So the Venus energy is at a high vibrational frequency, and it's in your area of having fun. The fun house, to do with matters of the heart, love that is given So the way you love, it's your social life, it's your hobbies, and where you find your joy. So with Venus in this area, you will be enjoying the great outdoors and the beauty of nature, or because it is also about fine arts and gifts, giving of gifts, receiving of gifts, and the higher vibration is the artistic, social, harmonious energy. The low vibration is indecisive, alright? So you could be not able to make a decision. And it does appear that it is important for you to make some decisions here through November. And, you know, if you'll know whether or not you're in the low vibration, because you'll just feel slothful and lazy. So lifting that vibration, one way that you can do it is enjoy the finer things of life. Maybe an art gallery, or a museum, or even sitting down and just painting, or it's the creative area too. So you may get into actually creating something to beautify your surroundings. Now the new moon is in Scorpio on the 15th, and that's here in the area of health, well-being and your day-to-day routines. It also governs pets and co-workers, and this speaks from a place of fairness. So that is on the 15th of November, a time where you can dig deep emotionally. This area of your wheel is about your work colleagues, your health, diet, daily routines, exercise, well-being, your pets, and it's the ritual area too of the wheel. So for those of you that may want to put your intentions forward for the month ahead, the new moon in Scorpio is a really good time for that on the 15th. And then you have Mercury in Libra since the 28th of October until the 11th of November, and Mercury is retrograde in Libra at that time, and this is speaking to you about coming from a place of fairness and seeing what's fair and what's not. Then it goes back into Scorpio until the 1st of December, and when it's moving direct, and that will be a good time to aim for positive growth and change in any work relationships and your health and diet. So from the 15th of November to the 1st of December, it's a good time to really start that new regime. And the sun, which is our creative spirit, is also in Scorpio, here in the area of work and work colleagues and your health and daily routines, until the 21st of November, when it moves into the 7th house of partnerships on the 21st of November into Sagittarius. Okay? So the sun is about creativity, so you will be shining some of your light of creativity on your health regime, in the workplace. It could even be with your involving how you interact with your pets. And it gives a lot of vitality, and especially once it moves into Sagittarius on the 21st of November, which is where I'll put it, because Sagittarius wants to achieve goals and share the philosophies, travel and get involved in some sort of sport and activity. So all that will be available to you here through November. Jupiter here in your 8th house, Jupiter being the planet of good fortune and opportunity, a beneficial energy to do with joint resources, your financial situation. Saturn, rules, regulations and traditions, taking responsibility, setting and achieving your goals. And Saturn is also known as the father of time, so it's definitely slow going, but when the time's right, and if you've set what you want to achieve, you can achieve your goals with that responsibility and worldly ambition and authority that Saturn energy is giving you. You can learn some important lessons. So through this last 12 months in particular, look back at what you have learned out of the situation that you've been facing and the challenges that you've overcome. And then you have Pluto also joining this trio there in the 8th house, and of regeneration and rebirth. Pluto is the planet that really rules Scorpio and issues of power. It also is connected to the depths of your soul, so things that you feel at a really deep level, and man-made structures. Now the Pluto transit will have you wanting to cut ties with certain outgrown attitudes from the past and releasing and letting go so that change can come. It is the ruler of the underworld, and you're finding out some important information of the human experience here with Pluto transiting through your 8th house, Gemini. And something else too that I do like at the 12th and 13th of November is that Jupiter and Pluto are forming a conjunction. Now it's said that it is believed that it was Jupiter and Pluto that conjuncted to form the Star of Bethlehem. So the 13th and 14th of November could signify a very symbolic time. Okay, it's also known as the Millionaires Conjunction. So there will always be a way, I feel, when these two planets are conjunct, especially in your 8th house. There will always be a way financially. And for some it could be a great prosperity being presented or available to you. And for others, if there's been risks taken, it could be great loss. So just be careful about being risky with your financial situation. Neptune, hallelujah, Neptune goes direct on the 29th of November. So there's a sense of coming out of the fog and seeing things more clearly, even to the extent of what is and isn't a conspiracy. Okay? So, for musicians and artists, this is representing finding your muse. It is Neptune's in Pluto, is in Pisces, and it has been a bit sort of confusing and been hard to really differentiate between the truth and the lies. Well, any lie that has been laying undiscovered will be revealed now. And that's why I think, you know, some of these conspiracy theories, because there's a conspiracy theory about every single thing that's happened in today's world, we could get to the bottom of some of them and find out what is bogus and what actually has some merit to it. So that would be interesting. It'd be nice to clear all that up, wouldn't it? So yeah, the lower frequency of the Neptune vibration is feeling tired and difficulty articulating your feelings, paranoia, and being on edge and distrustful. The higher vibration for frequency that you can lift yourself into is having a sense of the divine in all things, and, you know, making way, clearing the fog so that you can perceive your new reality and find a creative pursuit which enables you to slow down and relax. Something that uses your imagination. The Neptune energy likes to use imagination and create. It's also the mystic planet. It's about mysticism and get really trusting that psychic side of yourself. It probably will surprise you. And the 11th house here is got Mars going direct on the 14th of November. So there's a lot of planets going direct finally and moving us all forward and sending us in the right direction. So action stations to do with manifestation, manifesting quickly. So remember to try and not let yourself get too bogged down in that dark night of the soul feeling. And remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. So you could see a shift in that, an uplifting shift from the 14th onwards, because Mars is an Aries and that's a pioneering warrior energy. Okay? And it is your sex drive as well. So some of you may actually be finding someone in your social group or a friendship group that you're actually quite attracted to. Chemistry is coming alive for those of you that are single. And it is speaking of being decisive. Okay? So big shifts there, enabling you to realise some of your hopes and dreams and manifesting your way forward with vigour and energy. And Uranus is here in the 12th house with that Magician. And this is talking about self-sabotage here in the 12th house. So, you know, looking into how you sabotage yourself and being careful with that, because that can bring about some self-doubt, and planning well. And because Uranus is the planet that represents expect the unexpected, and it represents freedom and liberation. So, and in retrograde with Uranus, you're willing to explore the unknown, probably more so than usual. Yeah? And there is that desire of wanting to do something different. But the Uranus energy governs technology, computers. And retrograde, there could be technical failures. You could find yourself getting irritable and annoyed with technology in general. Or you're not able to, use the airwaves, which is how our mobile phones and everything work. There may be interference. It does govern electricity, so all or any of those things are possible. How to get tapped into the higher frequency vibration is sci-fi movies or reading books about science fiction, space exploration, that kind of thing. That's tapping into the Uranus frequency. And the other message from Uranus is about expecting the unexpected, and it's a planet that does bring surprises out of the blue. It can be a shock event or an event suddenly happen, and with it in Taurus, that usually is to do with land or earth or the Mother Earth too. So keep that in mind while you are planning your great adventure. So now I'll just focus here on the Archangel message for you for Gemini. What message do you have for Gemini for November? Thank you. We'll take that one. The Angel of Imagination. There you go. It's saying that up there with that Neptune, to use your imagination. Explore what you can imagine. Number 17. 17 is your lucky number. So your imagination is a glimpse of what you can and will bring into your life. And your affirmation is from the Angel of Imagination: I am inspired by my Angel of Imagination to use my imagination to bring my thoughts into reality. So I'll ask the Angel of Affirmation for signs and guidance, and watch for signs. There's no coincidence here in November. We are being given signs. Here is your confirmation card, and you have the King of Roses reversed. So I don't know if you can see that clearly there. The King of Roses. Okay, so I'll just hold that there for you so you can see it, hopefully. So the King of Roses shows a man holding two roses, a red and a white, demonstrating a balance of passion and purity. So again, that duality and getting the balance. At his feet are the yellow roses of healing and creativity. This is the King of Love, a man who is balanced and well-rounded. When he appears upright in your spread, it indicates that a potential union could be at hand, either in friendship, business, or even romance. Whether this is a new relationship or the blossoming of an old one, this man brings tender-hearted and thoughtful support. He is also someone who could be helpful in your personal life, especially where home or family issues are concerned. Whether the King of Roses is you or another man, the role of husband or father is now opening to create a happy home and family. Oh, isn't that lovely? This card also lets you know that you are ready to stand up for yourself and take love by considered action on your own behalf. It's time of increasing love and compassion, which always starts within. That's lovely. So for the ladies watching, this could be the man in your life, or single ladies coming into your life. And for the men, this could be the approach that you need to take, or where you're going to be feeling and how you're going to be handling your loved ones and family here through November. So the Akashic Force message for you is to close your eyes and step into the robes of the King of Roses. You are the king of family, home and community. Feel a sense of care swell within you. What would you like to bring to the world around you now? Lovely. Beautiful message there for you, Gemini. So thank you so much for joining me, Gemini. And if you would like a more deeper personal reading, do leave a message for me in the comments, or you can find my email and send me a email and I will get back to you. Now, with this moon in reverse here, I will just ask for divine direction where that's concerned. What message do they have about that confusion and that lost feeling to do with home and family, homeland, property? That one popped out. And your divine message is heal. You have a natural gift for healing through your hands, words and actions. Lovely. So you can help, assist there. You can heal the problem or any issues to do with that. Using your imagination, because that's the polar opposite there, 10th house to 4th house, and the guidance of the King of Roses, which was reversed. Okay. Sending you many blessings, peace and love. Until next time, do click on like for this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more. Share it with your friends. Thank you. Namaste.